We're here at the, what is this? Where are we?
It's a Sherry Theater.
The Sherry Theater. What are we doing? Where are we?
Right, I'm going inside.
Where are we?
Inside.
Inside. We're inside. No, we're still outside.
I know you're still outside.
Hi, we're outside. Now we're inside. Hi, where are we?
We're inside.
Anybody know where we are?
We're at the Sherry Theater.
Okay, thank you. It's the Sherry.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
We're going to get started. Thank you all for coming to the second annual Lit Crawl LA NoHo. I know it's kind of a tight space and it's a little bit dark, but trust me, this is all intentional and it's all for bringing a good vibe and a good ambience. So thank you all for coming. On behalf of the UCLA Extension Writers Program, I'd like to also thank you guys for coming. It's going to be a good show, and you know, this Lit Crawl is part of a big Lit Crawl series all over the nation, and we are a totally non-profit community that's funded by donations. And so if you guys would like to make any donations for us, the volunteer right there, she has a donation box, so feel free to just go to her and give her your money. You can give her $1, you can give her $100, you can even give her a quarter. Everything counts, and so at this time we have this awesome program ready for you. Thank you guys for coming to tonight's program, which is called Project Sheba, Life in the High Desert and Beyond. And I'd like to introduce to you MIri Hunter.
Thank you.
Thank
you all for coming out. My piece is entitled Tumbleweed Connection. I sit under a starlit sky with tears of freedom in my eyes. I let the desert wind blow away what had been, and I breathe, and I breathe, I breathe a midnight dream to life. The tumbleweed rolls with a silent voice. Life is revealed through a game of choice. The tumbleweed rolls, it's a predestined chance, unveiled as a timeless dance. I have every recording from my favorite singer-songwriter team. Vicariously, I have lived out Bernie Taupin's vision of the Old West via his lyrics on the Elton John album Tumbleweed Connection. I was the highwayman and ballad of a well-known gun. I was the man whose only chance of living was to burn down the mission. And I was a jilted lover in Come Down in Time. It wasn't until the 1990s, when I was in Albuquerque, that I finally saw a tumbleweed. Until then, I thought that tumbleweeds were a figment of Hollywood's westerns and Bernie Taupin's imagination. Fast forward to the fall of 2013, at the Joshua Tree Saturday morning farmers market. Having purchased my usual shopping list items of feta cheese and olives, and then moving on to sample the Ethiopian roast of Joshua Tree coffee, I stopped by a massage booth. The booth proprietor told me a story of possible love. In the old days, people, both male and female, used to attach a marriage proposal to a tumbleweed. Whoever found it, if interested, would somehow find the originator, and if there was mutual attraction, they would start a life together, literally being brought together by having their fate cast to the wind. In April of 2013, after having spent considerable time in Los Angeles doing work that I hated in order to somehow survive, in order to do work that I loved, I called a friend and I told her that I had it. I wanted to see and experience the artistic and creative freedom that she said was in the high desert. Yes, I was skeptical, but I had also been complacent. I was now ready to give up my downtown LA loft for the unknown. My friend offered me her desert house for my trial run, and I moved in mid-May. It, unlike here, it was so quiet. It was quiet during the day, the evening, and it was quiet at night. 24 hours of quiet. The silence was maddening. Okay, there were coyotes and horses and bees and flies, but they only served to punctuate the silence. And then there was the night sky. The first time I looked up at the night sky, my vision was clouded by the tears welling up in my eyes from the beauty of seeing so many white lights on such a brilliant black backdrop. I could only ask myself and the universe one question. Why had I not been here forever? Or had I been? Was a piece of my soul, like a Horcrux from Harry Potter, here in this desert? Had my soul attached a message to a tumbleweed in some other lifetime? In all of my travels, why was I just now getting around to saying yes to this proposal to live here? I had often thought about living in Paris, to be an expatriate, spending my days drinking café au lait, eating croissants, and spending my evenings talking art and drinking French wine. But in today's global economy, I don't have to go to Paris to do any of that. I can even practice my French in the desert as I keep running into expatriates from France. Years ago, I went to Israel, and on one of my off-grid experiences, I ended up with a fellow traveler riding through the Sinai Desert in the back of a pickup truck on my way to the mountain. That night sky was equally as magnificent as the night sky of the high desert. Israel is also a great place for expatriate Americans. It was actually the first place in the world that I felt completely comfortable as a woman, alone, moving through my life with brown skin. It's not really what one thinks when one hears about the social, political, religious, not to mention racial unrest in Israel. But traveling often creates its own reality. Could I find my own reality, one that felt like home to me in the high desert? Possibly. In the short time that I have been in the desert, I have managed to manifest a complete social, spiritual, and artistic makeover. I am no longer doing something else in order to get to the life I want. I am living the life I wanted, wished for, and desired. Do what you love, and peace will follow, mostly. I am using the concept of the tumbleweed to continue this phase of my life. It's been successful so far. Why change? I'm planning to locate a tumbleweed and attach a note to it. Now that I have found a lifestyle that supports my vision of myself as a writer, performer, and scholar, I think it may be time to find my true love. The note attached to my tumbleweed will simply say, "Having a wonderful time. Are you here yet? I'm waiting." Thank you.